You
look great.
Thank you. Oh, hello. This is like our second live. YouTube.
Yes. Well, this is our first live. This
that's
is
right.
our
We did
first
a lunch
live.
and learn.
Yes, the other one was recorded, but we're excited to be here with you for our first one.
I know. I'm very excited. I'm nervous. I have like no idea what we're doing.
I know
she does. She knows like all the technical stuff.
How long did it take us to get on?
Oh, if I had done it, we would have been on there next year sometime.
Well, we want to invite you to join our channel. I had to stop and think of what it's called. Subscribe. I know the bells are supposed to go off. Ding, 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 ding. You know, you see these videos and it'll ding and then tell you to tap the subscribe button.
Oh, okay. Well, so do that. Do whatever the little bells and whistles say.
But I don't know that we have any bells going off. But I think you have to make them.
Oh, we can do that. Well, you can do that.
We'll learn how to do it. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm Heather Pettey. I'm a certified professional coach.
And I'm Carol Rogers. Carol Lynn is my professional name, but I'm an OBGYN and your menopause mentor. So we are here to introduce ourselves and hopefully get you involved in some of the things we talk about.
Yes, and we want to support you. We are supporting women 40 and up, ages 40 to whatever, wherever you are. We want to walk along this journey with you because this is not an easy journey.
It is not an easy journey. And every day in the office, I hear that this is my patient population is 40 plus.
Yeah.
And so everything I'm hearing is, how do I move into this stage? What are my menopause symptoms? When are they going to get better? When is my mental health going to get better?
Yeah.
What is my purpose now? Why am I so overwhelmed? All that stuff that we deal with on a daily basis. And you're not alone. I'm just going to tell you, there's 30 women a day that come in the office telling me that exact thing.
Yeah. And lonely. Women have never been as isolated and as lonely as they are today.
Well, and I think that a lot of that is because we've gotten so used to working from home.
Right.
A lot of people have been working from home, or they've, at this age, maybe they've gotten to slow down. So they're not going to work as often. They're not socializing like they used to. So yes, we need to get out there and be a community. We want to be your community.
Yes. And I think what a big part of it is, and this is what I hear from clients, that, once your kids get out of school, you're not going to these games like you did before, and you're not going to these concerts and these school programs. So you're not seeing these same familiar faces.
Exactly. In fact, just last night, I was with two women having dinner, and both their kids are grown. My kids are grown. And of course, we're so busy.
Yes.
With whatever it is we do, that it took us about 3 weeks to plan this for a night that we could all get together. But anyway, but that was the discussion. It's like, okay, our kids are gone. Like, what do? We need to make this. We need to do this. We need to go to dinner. We need to hang out with each other.
Yeah.
So, because you kind of lose your group.
Well, you do. And then I'm finding that women are tying themselves down to pets. I mean, I have 2 dogs, so I can't say anything, but they don't want to board the dogs or the cats.
Right.
So they don't want to leave them. So this is the time that we need to be planning these fun things, traveling.
Yeah.
While we're healthy.
Well, and get on your next door neighbor. There's all these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids that are posting how they want to come take care of your pets.
Yeah.
Although if they met my cat, they might be like, ooh, I'm done with that.
I am. I've had so many cats, but I am a little afraid of them. I really am.
It's a healthy respect.
It is a healthy respect. I mean,
they're kind of like perimenopausal women.
Yes.
Like, you need to have a little healthy respect for us.
Yes, you do. Because at this point, we will say anything.
We will.
Won't we?
Those claws may come out. So
and we're very selective at this point.
Yes.
We are very, very selective, which I think is good. That's a good thing.
Good. Yes. You've kind of gotten past where you feel like you have to be friends with everybody, and now you can kind of pick and choose and people that are doing the things you want to do. So
exactly. And we're learning new things that we want to do, which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we now maybe have a little bit more money if your kids are gone.
Right.
That maybe you can travel a little bit more. You can maybe pick up a hobby that you didn't think you could afford before, and now maybe you've got a little extra money that can do that with.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, we want to give you the opportunity to get to know us a little bit better. So we have some questions that we're going to go through that should be interesting. We really haven't talked about them much. So we're going to dive on into this. How about that?
That sounds good.
Okay, do you want to go first?
I will ask you a question.
Okay,
Heather Pettey, what is the most surprising thing that you've learned about yourself since entering midlife?
Okay, the most surprising thing that I have learned is that I can say no.
Oh, yes. That is,
I love that.
Is so good.
Yeah, because I used to feel really guilty about it. I didn't want to say no to anyone, especially if they needed help.
Yes.
I felt so guilty. And then I also learned that no is a complete sentence.
Yes, you don't have to explain any of it.
Yeah.
But okay, so women, why do we, okay, if you look at my text that I send my brother, and you look at the text that my brother sends back to me, like mine is like this paragraph full of stuff, and he answers with 1 or 2 words. Right. So men just know how to keep it short. Why we feel like we have to explain everything we do, I don't know the answer.
I mean, I have no idea why, but I don't do that anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to learn that.
Yeah, it's just a no.
That's perfect.
Do you want to go do this? No. No, I don't.
And I would be like, oh, I would love to do that, but oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do it because I got this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And blah, 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 blah. So,
and I used to do that, but I think you can say no in a kind way.
Yes.
And thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah.
And it sounds lovely. And unfortunately, it's not going to work for me.
Yes, or just no.
I just know. Okay, so what about you? What have you learned?
Let's see. What have I learned? Well, so mine, I am not good at saying no. I'm definitely not good at that. But I have figured out in midlife that I don't have to please everybody.
Right.
Because
that's good.
I was very much a pleaser, and I would wear myself out.
Yeah.
And then I would beat myself up if I thought maybe I didn't handle that exactly right, or they were mad at me, or maybe like on my Google Health, I got a bad review. You can have like 800 good reviews, but that one bad one is like, oh my gosh, I can't.
Yes.
I beat myself up. Now, I love you, but I don't care if you love me or not.
I know,
it's so freeing.
It's so funny because I wrote a book 2 years ago, Keep It Simple, Sarah.
Oh, that's so good.
It went bestseller on Amazon.
She autographed my copy.
I hope I did.
You did.
We talked about, #1 on Amazon and #1 in number one new release, bestseller on Amazon. Anyway, I'm telling you this because I got these lovely reviews, but one person went on and gave me 1 star, which lowered my reviews, my score.
Because they do an average, I guess.
They do an average. Gotcha. So it went from all 5 stars to like 4.7 or something like that.
We're going to find that person.
But you know what? I saw it and I kind of giggled to myself when I saw it. Thank goodness. And I was like, you know what? This keeps it real then.
Yes.
It keeps it real.
Well, and again, you're not going to please everybody.
No.
Like, I wish that we were able to do that, but
yeah,
we're not able to do that.
We cannot.
So
we cannot.
So that's really one of the more freeing things that I've learned entering midlife.
Yes. Okay, the next question. If you could give your 30-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be? So my 30-year-old self had just finished residency and was starting a new practice. And so I was, again, pleasing because I'm starting a new practice and I want my new group to like me and all of that. But I think I would just tell myself, my 30-year-old self, look, girl, you're in this for the long haul. Don't let them wear you out. Don't let them burn you out. You're not doing this for a week or a month or a year. You're in this for the next 30 years. So take it one day at a time. Don't let it get you down, and don't burn yourself out. Oh, that's such good advice. Isn't that good advice? Yes. She would have really loved to hear that, probably. Yeah. She wouldn't have believed me, and she'd have been people pleasing everybody, but right. That's great advice, though.
So what about you?
I would tell myself.
Well, where were you first at 30?
Okay. At 30, I was having my second child.
Okay.
And I was wearing a hat all the time in the sun but not enough sunscreen, and definitely not any sunscreen on my chest. And so I would tell my 30-year-old self to keep the sunscreen on my chest.
Oh, yes. And if you will have to go to join our Facebook group, Midlife Moxie, because we talk about cougar chest.
Yes.
So that would have been really good to know.
And my sweet friend identified my cougar chest a couple of weeks ago. Life has not been the same since. Tell her what a cougar chest is.
So a cougar chest, we didn't know this till another friend of ours told us, and she's real hip and cool on all this kind of stuff. But, like we spend all this time and energy, like doing our face and keeping our face young looking, and our hair's dyed and all this stuff, whatever. It's hundreds of dollars to do all this stuff. But they said that all these women were going out to like restaurants and bars, and these young men would see them and see their face and their hair or their body and think, oh, they're, maybe my age or whatever.
Yeah, they could reproduce.
But then they would see their chest and it was all sun damaged and kind of wrinkly, and they'd be like, ooh, cougar chest. So then that took them out of the rankings for the reproducing.
Speaking of reproducing, I went for this medical test yesterday, and the guy was so serious, looked right at me and said, do you think you could be pregnant? And I was like, I am so happy that you think that I could reproduce.
Well, you do look young.
That ship has so sailed.
No,
it was cute. Well, thank you. But it was sweet. It made it's the little things now at this point. It's not the big things.
That's a win.
That was a win.
I got carded last night.
Yes.
I had a glass of wine, and I just took that as a win.
Yes, it's a confidence boost. It's your CB.
But whatever.
It's a CB.
It is.
It's a CB. Okay, let's see. What's your go-to self-care ritual that helps you stay balanced during a stressful time? This is such a good question.
Yeah, this is a good question. So I have stressful times multiple times during the day and multiple times before I leave the house to go to work. So mine is, I just have to turn it over to God. Like, this is your day.
Yeah.
Just help me get through it. And I have to tell myself that several times throughout the day. So, and just kind of stop, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. There's only 24 hours in this day.
Yes.
And then it's going to be a new day. And I can get through it.
And you can do it.
I can do it. So, stop, take a deep breath. Some people meditate. I pray. So, and I think that helps me a lot.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's one thing I do believe in is prayer, and I will get out and just walk.
Oh, yeah.
I will walk 3 miles, look at the trees. You see all the trees. I have to live where there are large trees. I could never survive in the desert.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, I have to have large trees. Yeah. So that's what I do. I get out and walk. And I'm going to add this. I don't argue with anyone that I've ever changed their diaper. That's not real. If I've changed your diaper, or if I'm currently buying you toilet paper, I'm not arguing with you.
Oh, I love that.
That's my rule.
I love
and so that really lowers stress, because it's your kids that can kind of.
Well, and we can get, this needs to be a whole topic, because I think a lot of, but we get really codependent with our children.
Right.
So their mood affects our mood.
Yes.
Their stress affects our stress. And at some point, you got to figure that out and kind of back off.
Well, you do. And you have to make the decision. They are on their own journey.
Yes.
It is their journey. I have one that got detention the other day, and the teacher started emailing me. And I was like, you know what? This is this child's journey. This is not my journey. And I just thank the teacher. Thank you so much. We're so grateful for you. Boom. That was it. And I just released the stress of it. No. So I'm like, it's your journey. You're gonna.
I love it.
You're gonna ride it.
Yep.
I'm riding mine. You're gonna ride yours.
I rode mine. I'm still riding. And yes, I think that's a great way to look at that.
Still riding. Okay. So you want to?
Yes. Okay. So let's see. How has your approach to health and wellness? Oh, this is a good one. How has your approach to health and wellness evolved as you've entered this stage of life? What are you doing different?
I am concentrating more on diet.
Good.
I'm all about a Mediterranean diet.
I think that's wonderful.
Making sure I get plenty of protein.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you said you walk 3 miles a day.
And I try to walk between 2.5 and 3 miles a day.
Yes. So that's wonderful.
No, I try.
Well, and I think that especially as a physician or other healthcare workers will probably recognize this, that we are really bad to not go do our preventive health stuff.
Yeah.
Because we do it every day to other people. So I have been really good about making appointments. I have a colonoscopy scheduled in a couple of Fridays. I see my endocrinologist regularly. I went and had my cardiac calcium score. So I'm trying to be like more taking care of myself in a preventive way instead of putting out fires when it all flames up.
Yeah. Well, you look up and you're like, wow, I'm 53. How did this happen?
Yes.
Like, how did I get here?
Yes. Oh, and I'm getting my mammogram coming up in a couple of weeks.
Okay,
Hope
good.
Back and remind me when it is, but yes.
Yeah, you do though. You look up and you're like,
oh, I need to be doing all this stuff.
It's time. And I'm really big on sleep. I'm not over scheduling myself at night.
Oh, that's good.
I gotta have sleep.
Well, I'm a very good sleeper, I guess, which is left over from being on call 24 hours a day, whatever. So I don't have a lot of issues with sleep, but that is a huge problem in midlife women.
Yes.
So
huge.
And it affects everything. Yes. You don't feel good. You don't feel right. You don't feel intelligent.
It's true. It's just, the brain fog sets in.
It does.
That's not good for anybody.
Lack of sleep does not help that one bit.
No. Okay.
Oh, I did that one. Did I do that one? Yeah, I did that one.
What's the funniest or most embarrassing menopause moment you've experienced or heard from a client or a patient?
So I'm going to pretend like I heard this from a patient. So I had 2 babies, very large babies that I've delivered. So my bladder is not, or my patient's bladder is not exactly the way it used to be. And so my patient pulled up to her garage, and she has that turnkey bladder where as soon as you turn the key, you got to get to the bathroom or you're going to like leak.
Yes.
So I knew I was not going to make it I wasn't going to make the key in the door.
Yeah.
I mean, the patient wasn't going to make the key in the door. I'm a horrible liar.
Yes, you are.
So I ran out in the yard and I just like had to leak and just let it go. There was nothing to do.
Oh,
so that was very embarrassing. So anyway, that was my most embarrassing menopause moment.
That is embarrassing. I've had so many, I can't even count.
Oh my God.
No, I really have.
Well, tell us a few.
Now, I'll tell you a crazy story. Since I hit menopause and the whole brain fog thing, I went to get a massage.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Which is great. I love a
that.
massage. Yes. That's a good self-care ritual. And while she's massaging, she works her way down the side of my body and I have a bite mark. And she goes, what happened here? And I said, my donkey bit me. And she goes, well, that's the first time I've ever heard that. And so that was a little bit embarrassing because I don't think she believed me. But I have a donkey. I did have a donkey. Yeah, yes. I did have a donkey.
Yes. Oh, that's
so
funny.
that was kind of embarrassing. No telling what she was thinking because I could tell she definitely did not believe me. So I would say that's probably in the top 5.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Top 5 for sure.
Oh, well, how do you maintain a vibrant social life while juggling career and family responsibilities?
A vibrant social life.
I'm not sure I have a vibrant social life.
I do not want to lie about this. Like,
we don't.
I had more of a social life. I used to have a really big social life and it's kind of dwindled. And I think part of that is age related because I was talking to a lady in her 50s yesterday at school. I have my 2 youngest are still in school. And she said, I don't do anything anymore socially. And I thought, I think that's pretty common, which we need to do more.
We do need to do more.
Yes, we need to do more. So there are going to be people that see this that go, hey, I've invited you to come to parties. Why are you not coming? But I'm trying to do more.
I think that's good. And I think it's really easy to get in that habit of, like, I go to work and I come home and I still have charts to do. And I just really don't want to get back up and go out.
Right.
So, but I do try to do one fun thing on the weekend. Now, a fun thing for me may be going to a football tailgate, or it may be just FaceTiming my Bessie that lives in Murfreesboro, and we just talk all night and drink Prosecco and talk to each other. So that's maybe my one social thing. So, and then Chris and I'll usually go out to eat one night a week. Yeah.
Well, we're still doing all these. Now we have 2 teenagers still home. So we're still doing all that, that takes up a lot of the weekend.
Yes.
That's the weekend with teenagers, isn't it?
It is.
And then by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, you're crawling into bed.
Oh my gosh, zonked. Yes.
Especially in your 50s with teenagers home.
Mine are older, so that's good.
Okay, let's see. What's one common misconception about midlife that you're passionate about debunking? I love this one. This is one of our favorites.
I think that it goes back to what we've talked about. Like, I think some people get to this age and they just feel like, well, this is it. Like, I'm going to work, I'm coming home, I'm going to watch Netflix, or I'm going to finish watching whatever TV show they're watching, and then I'm going to scroll on my phone for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to bed. And that does not need to be, that is a great night, like 1 or 2 nights a week. That does not need to be our life.
Yes.
So this is like a whole new start.
Yes.
Like for me, I don't have kids at home. So I'm like, I want my midlife to be fun and busy and full.
Yes.
So
me too. And midlife is not a crisis. It is an opportunity.
It's that's a perfect
opportunity.
Yes, it is not a crisis, although it may feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, but that's the misconception about midlife, that it's a crisis, and it's not. It's an opportunity, and the sex life should be thriving. In midlife. Yes, it should be thriving.
Figured it out.
We know how to get it done, don't we?
We have figured it out.
We know how it's done. Okay. Now and we have a whole video about that.
Oh yes, our sex and intimacy in the midlife, because I talk about this every single day at the office too. This is a huge topic.
Yeah, you can go to our website, ourmidlifemoxie.com, and purchase that video.
Yeah. Was it like $10?
It is. I think it's less than $10.
Oh,
yeah, I think it's less than $10. So
for your friends for Christmas.
That is a great Christmas gift. I think that you could. Oh,
that would be fun.
You could use their email. I think that would work.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Okay. Can you share a transformative moment from your own midlife journey that inspired your work?
A transformative moment from my own midlife journey that inspired my work. Oh, I know what it is. So in 2019, this patient showed up in my office, and she was she'd just moved here, and she was friends with some people I knew from where she'd moved from. And so she's sitting up in the stirrups, fixing to get her pap smear, and she says, "Hey, I've got this podcast. Would you like to do one with me?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that." So then she came back in 2020, asked me the same question in the stirrups, asked me in 21, asked me in 22. Was it 2019?
Probably. I think so.
And so finally in 2024, I was like, yes, I will do a podcast. And so here we are.
Yes. I wore her down.
She wore me down.
Yeah.
So, and this has really changed my life for the better.
Me
like,
too.
I have a friend that I see twice a week now, which is really nice. And I feel like we're helping people. So that transforms me, because I feel like I have my purpose.
Yes.
So what about you?
Same thing. This podcast has changed my life.
It has been so good. I've learned so much.
Oh, grown so much.
Yes. I think it's made me a better doctor, because I'm more current. I'm really trying to keep up now.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. So I like that. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you for joining me. So much fun. So much fun. Okay. What's your secret?
This is your question because I haven't been in a long-term relationship. Mine's only 5 years. So what is your secret?
Well, that's long-term for a lot of people. 5 years is long-term for a lot of people.
It probably only feels like 6 months for him because I'm so easy and delightful.
I'm sure. Time is just flying by.
It's just
Has it really been 5 years is what he's thinking?
I know that's what he thinks every day.
Probably.
She's such a blessing.
So I'm trying to think what is the secret?
Yeah, but you told me one time, like, you like to make him laugh and you like to do just like crazy spontaneous things, and he never knows what to expect.
He never knows.
And if you met her husband, you would think he's very like would not be like in anything spontaneous. Oh my gosh. He's so not like that.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
He is so fun.
But he likes for me to come up with fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing, that you just have to be brave enough to take chances.
Yes.
And kind of just, don't stay in that same rut.
Right.
With everything. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to break out, branch out.
I was just thinking you had something going in your pot, crock pot.
Yeah.
I try not to cook if I don't have to. But you know what? Do a candlelight dinner for your spouse one night. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't have to be anything.
I went through a time period where I was lighting a candle every night at the table. I need to start doing that again because it just kind of relaxes everybody, even the boys. Yes. They just kind of you could see them decompress. And
this is a perfect time because everything smells so good right now in the fall.
Yeah. And it gets dark so much earlier.
Yeah.
So you have the candlelit meal. Even if you're having a grilled cheese sandwich, light a candle at the table.
I'm serious. Or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I'll tell you something else I've done recently that I'm doing for the holidays. We can hear a bird. Is I have started buying all these items to set up an omelet bar at Christmas.
Oh, that will be fun.
Yes.
Oh, maybe a hot chocolate bar.
I'm going to do that too. A hot chocolate bar and an omelet bar for breakfast.
We may have to include that in something where we can write it down and people can check it off.
Yes.
So they can.
That's a great idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or add to it. If you have any ideas.
Yes. That sounds
to add to that. Yes. Please comment your ideas. Okay.
All right. Well, if you could host a dream dinner party with 3 inspirational midlife women, who would you invite and why would you invite them?
Okay.
What do they bring to the table?
Okay. So do you want me to answer this first? Are you going to answer?
I'm going to answer too because I know my people.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm not inviting any celebrities.
Oh, you're not?
No.
You're just going to, they may not be inspirational
No
to you.
Celebrities. I'm just not inviting any celebrities now.
Who are you inviting?
They're all moving to Canada. They're not going to be here. So I'm not going to invite them. They're not even going to be here. So I am just going to invite, I'd have to really give this some thought, but they would be 3 people that make me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Because every day I have to laugh hard, at least twice. Like I have to have 2 good, like belly laughs.
Well, that's really good for your endorphins. I think.
It is so good for you. So yeah,
I would want, because I think Paula Dean, Paula Dean someone?
Paula Dean what?
She's a good cook.
She's a great cook. It'd be good to have a good cook.
She doesn't have to cook. She could just
for you
and tell us like what some of her favorite meals would be.
Now I'll tell you who's fun is Elizabeth High School, and she lives in Oxford, and she's so fun, and she is an excellent cook.
Yeah, well
that'd be a fun part, and she laughs all the time.
I like that.
Yeah,
and then
that'd be good.
So I'm from Tennessee, if you can tell by my accent. And I would want Dolly to be there because I love Dolly.
Yes.
Dolly's probably gonna be on the YouTube. Hey, Dolly.
Dolly, please come.
Please come because you're so inspirational. She has given so much to her community.
Yes, I agree.
She, to my knowledge, like if you write Dolly's name somewhere, there is nobody talking ugly about Dolly.
It's true.
She does not create enemies.
Yes.
She is, oh my gosh. And she is super successful.
Yes.
And she is just so inspirational.
Yeah, I love her reading program.
Oh, I do
for
too.
kids. So I don't really consider her like a celebrity, which she is famous.
Yes.
You know, but she seems like everybody.
Down to earth.
Yeah.
She's very, very inspirational. And the fact that she could do the Super Bowl thing in that Dallas Cowboys cheer.
Yes.
Girl, she has got it going on.
She has got it going on.
So Dolly would definitely be there. And then let's see, I'd love Paula because Paula would help us out. Oh, and then so the other inspirational person I would like to have is a friend of mine, and I don't know how to describe her. So she knows all things current.
Okay.
She has opinions, but her opinions never seem to be offensive.
Right.
Like the way she's not gonna bring that out in people, you know, that defense where you're like, and she's so current, like her topics and stuff are really current.
Right.
Like she knows all about cougar chest and she's really smart and she's
Thank you. Cougar chest, that was the hint.
So yes, I would love to have her at my dinner party.
Thank you. Well, you would definitely be at mine. You would be
one of
my three. You know that.
You, me, and Dolly, yeah.
And and somebody who can cook.
And somebody
we need somebody to cook because we don't want to cook.
No.
Do we? No. Not unless we have to.
I don't think y'all would want to eat my cooking. So.
Well, this has been so much fun.
It has been fun. And we hope you got to kind of at least know sort of what we're like. We're obviously not perfect. I mean, we're close. We're real people.
Funny. We are definitely real people. So we're gonna join you. Hopefully you'll join us, I should say, weekly right here on YouTube. And you can follow us along over on Instagram. It's it's Midlife Moxie 2.0. But we would really love for you to go over to Facebook. Our private Facebook group is Midlife. I'm getting so confused with all these different accounts. Midlife Moxie
Navigating
Seasons and Transitions. There's more than one Midlife Moxie, but our picture is on it. We'd love to have you join, and we go live there every Friday and sometimes have guests.
Yes. So we're going to do that probably here in a little bit. So you want to get on the Facebook page so you can join us.
Yes. And then on Life Coach BFF show, the podcast, we would love to have you join us. And we are making several appearances together there now, which is so fun.
Because she finally talked me into it.
Yes, I did. Well, y'all have the best weekend, and thanks for joining us. And leave your comments. We would love to hear from you. Let us know where you are watching from.
Yes, and y'all have a great weekend.